I never met Staff Sergeant Ryan Knauss, but from everything I've learned about him, he was the epitome of those words. A true soldier who so loved his family, his community, and his country that he was willing to give his life for them. As Americans, we have gotten used to the blessings of freedom and liberty. They're our birthright, something that we're entitled to. We have enjoyed them for so long that we often forget they come at a cost. Since 1776, brave patriots have been willing to pay that price so the rest of us don't have to. Some men and women like Ryan Knauss have paid with their lives. We can never fully repay the debt that we owe them. Certainly this bridge will not replace Ryan in the hearts of his family. We all know that. But as pedestrians cross the bridge and motorists pass over it, they will be reminded of Ryan and his sacrifice. Perhaps more importantly, it will serve as a reminder of our obligation to him. The best way to honor Ryan and all the patriots who have come before him is not with words, it's not with monuments, it's not by naming things after them. The best way, the most appropriate way, is to be the best people, the best Americans that we can be. And to ensure that for at least one more generation, the flag still flies, the eagle still soars, and the Liberty Bell still rings loud and clear around the world. Now I'd like to invite Congressman Burgess to the podium to share his thoughts.
Thank you, Mayor Jacobs. It's an honor to be here with my fellow elected officials for this announcement. We're here today to share further plans to help to build this much-needed pedestrian bridge. And in doing so, we honor Staff Sergeant Ryan Knauss. Staff Sergeant Knauss was given a hero's burial at Arlington National Cemetery in September. It was something I will never forget. In October, the House passed legislation to award him and his 12 fellow heroes the Congressional Gold Medal. Our federal government has memorialized Staff Sergeant Knauss, but this local hero needs a permanent tribute here in Tennessee, East Tennessee. When this grant is successful, the funds will finance a bridge named after Staff Sergeant Knauss here in Gibbs. Every time someone crosses this bridge, I hope they will remember Staff Sergeant Knauss and the sacrifice that he made to help people he did not know in a country halfway around the world. A bridge named after him is a fitting memorial, and he had a passion for helping others. He died in Afghanistan helping others. He died doing what he loved to do. I fully support and deeply appreciate the efforts of Knox County to secure this grant. I want to thank Mayor Jacobs for your leadership on this. You deserve a round of applause. You know, some in this country, we like to idolize our athletes and our actors and musicians. To tell you the truth, I've been around a lot of them, and I know a lot of them. And they're not much count. They really aren't. Our heroes, the people that wore our country's uniform and served our country. If you're a veteran, would you raise your hand so we can honor you? Our true heroes are those men and women that raise their hands. Their patriotism and bravery keeps us safe every goddamn day. I always end most of my speeches with this when I'm meeting with veterans or not, but as a Christian, I owe the men and women who wore our country's uniform everything I have in my life but my salvation. And I want to say thank you for the freedom. It's been great. And at this time, I want to close with this one story. When Mayor Jacobs was talking, I remembered the story my daddy told me about when he was on Okinawa. They fought on Peleliu and they got on Okinawa and they thought they were going to have to invade mainland Japan in the Second World War. Of course they didn't. They dropped the bombs and they didn't have to. But Daddy said it got cold on Okinawa and Peleliu it was around 110, 112 in the middle of the day. When Okinawa it get a little chilly at night, we were all gathered around a little fire. There was about a half a dozen of the guys in his outfit. One guy lied about his age, was too young, he was 15 or 16. The rest, one guy was a Phi Beta Kappa. But they all said basically the same thing while they were there. They were all volunteers, just like Staff Sergeant Knauss was. And they said, you know, the reason they were there was because dadgummit, we got it pretty good back home, and we need to keep it that way. God bless the men and women who kept it that way. And at this time, I want to introduce my good friend, Gibbs native, all-around good guy, chairman, Mr. Richie Beaver. Richie, thank you, brother.